Good evening. A 20-year-old man has tonight been charged in connection with the death of a Leeds schoolgirl. The body of 14-year-old Sarah Furness was found on Christmas Eve by workmen clearing debris following a blaze 3 days earlier at Velco Tyres off Whitehall Road in Leeds. Her badly burned body was identified with the help of medical records. Sarah had moved out of her father's home at Fairfield Terrace 3 weeks before her death to stay with friends on the Broadleys estate. The man will appear before Leeds magistrates tomorrow. A poison water scare which affected 80,000 people in Sheffield over the Christmas holiday is over. Yorkshire Water announced today that a parasite which infected supplies from the Redmires treatment works has been eradicated. Now there's been a call for an inquiry into the whole affair. Dominic Cheetham reports.
Reservoirs at Redmires, which supply 30,000 homes in the southwest of the city, were found to be contaminated by the Cryptosporidium parasite 2 weeks ago. Since then, all water used for drinking and preparing cold food has had to be boiled, and water bowsers were brought into hospitals to provide pure water for the hundreds of infirm patients to drink. Scientists are still trying to establish the precise cause of the contamination, which can lead to severe diarrhea or vomiting. But today, Yorkshire Water announced supplies were fit to drink and that monitoring will be reviewed at other reservoirs which could also be affected by the parasite.
We'll be reviewing our monitoring programme. The most likely source of Cryptosporidium we think comes from agricultural activities.
In compensation for the cost of boiling, Yorkshire Water's offered £10 to each household, the money to be knocked off the next bill. But there's anger at the inconvenience caused and the compensation offered. Businesses like pubs and restaurants are not automatically being given compensation, although some say they have lost money as a result. An MP who lives in the affected area has demanded that extra compensation should be paid, and he says Yorkshire Water hasn't handled the situation properly.
Well, they're not going to get away with it. There could, in fact, be a prosecution. And I'm going to take it up with the Minister and ask that the Drinking Water Inspectorate make a full inspectorate of all that's happened in the past 10 days, because the answers they are giving are just not good enough.
The contamination's thought to have come from infected farm slurry that was spread on land near the reservoir, then washed in by heavy rain. Yorkshire Water's now negotiating with farmers to prevent a reoccurrence. And the company is also considering buying large tracts of land to ensure water is not affected again.
West Yorkshire Police are hunting a man who robbed a building society earlier this evening. The man walked into the Leeds and Holbeck Building Society on Stonegate Road in Meanwood at about 5 o'clock. He threatened staff with what appeared to be a handgun and ran off with cash towards King Lane. A Leeds Labour MP is to meet the governor of Armley Jail after another remand prisoner was found hanging in his cell. John Battle, the MP for Leeds West, is to meet the governor, Robin Halwood, next Tuesday. Melvin Johnson, who was 30 and from Bradford, is the second inmate to die at the prison this year. He was found hanging from the window bars of his cell by another prisoner. Young inmates have recently moved out of Armley after a spate of suicides in recent years involving teenage remand prisoners. York City Council is to go to court in an attempt to remove a group of about 20 gypsy families from a city centre car park. The gypsies moved on to the Gillygate car park after being moved off another area by the council. It's causing serious problems for motorists in the shopping centre, which is already congested by holiday traffic. And finally, a canoeist from North Yorkshire is to tackle one of the world's biggest challenges, the Grand Canyon. 20-year-old Adrian Pickard from Seamer in North Yorkshire will take his kayak to Arizona in August to shoot the Colorado River's dangerous rapids. Adrian started canoeing in Scarborough 5 years ago. He's been chosen from hundreds to join a team of 12 canoeists from colleges around the country. It will take 12 days to travel the Grand Canyon. That's all from the Camden News Desk for tonight. We'll be back in the morning. Good night.
The night will remain cloudy, and at first the clouds will be low, making it rather misty with a little fog on the Pennines. It'll be a mild night everywhere with a light or moderate southerly wind and temperatures no lower than 5 centigrade, 41 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow will also be cloudy, and although much of the day will be dry, clouds will thicken for a time in the afternoon, giving a little rain in places. It'll be another mild day with a moderate south to southwest wind and maximum temperatures around 8 degrees centigrade, which is 46 Fahrenheit. So there we are, that's the latest forecast. Now here's a summary of the weather we can expect tomorrow.